The very first concept I teach when I'm teaching programming languages would be variables. Reason being that the very first task that humans have to do in the creation story in the Bible is to name, things. The Bible would say that the man gave name to every animal that was in the garden. So same thing for programming in general. Your very first thing to know is how to name in a particular language. So if you pick up a programming language, you want to know how you name things in this language. In JavaScript, we use mainly lets and consts. Before now, we used to use var, which still works, by the way, or we use var to name things. These are keywords. Okay, maybe I should tell you what keywords are. Keywords are words that are reserved in a particular language. Keywords are words that are reserved in a particular language. They are basically used to um, point to things, give instructions in that language. So they are reserved words in that language. You don't usually don't use those words for other things. So yes, to define a variable, we use the keyword let. So you write let before the word that you want to, the variable that you want to create. Say I want to create a variable, and that variable is my name. You can say let name, and in it I can write my name Adebola. Say I want to create another variable let age, and I can say that variable is 25. So these are variables, name and age. The reason why they are called variables is that they can vary, right? So a variable can vary. So you use let. And another concept that is very close to this will be defining constants. So constants usually, on the other hand, don't vary. So for example, if I say constant const and I call it country is equal to Nigeria, I won't be able to change it. So if I come here and say country is Ghana, this will throw an error because const variables cannot be reassigned. So when you have a const variable, you can't reassign it. But let, I can reassign it. For example, the name was Adebola. I can rename it as Sunday. So this concept basically explains variables for us in JavaScript. You use variables to name concepts. You use it to name people. Naming is a very big and important concept which I can't exhaust in this short video. But know that as a programmer, you will be naming things, not just people, not just concepts, any idea that comes to your head. If you want that idea to be used for different scenarios, all you just do is to give it a name. When you give it a name, even though the scenarios or the situation or the values change, the name will remain the same. And with that name, you can always refer to that concept that you're trying to talk about. A good example is the concept called balance. So imagine a variable is created called balance in your bank account, and your balance is 1000. Even if the balance is reduced, say the balance after becoming 1000 is reduced by, say, balance minus 400, even though the balance is reduced by 400, meaning that the balance is now 600, the concept balance is still the same. So I can always refer to the concept balance somewhere else and say console.log balance. Note that if I use this console.log balance here, what I will get is 1000. But immediately after here, the balance is reduced to 600. But the concept called balance still remains the same. And that is why we use variables. We use variables so that we can address concepts rather than the literals, and that allows us to be able to program for different scenarios, different use cases, because you are not exactly going after the values, but you are going after the names. Say for example, if I shout, I need a boy to come. So today, it can be this particular boy that comes, say Bola. Then tomorrow, if I still use the word I need a boy, it's going to be Shola that will become, which is another boy. Um, Note that I'm using a concept to request for what I want, because I'm not really part. I can That concept can accommodate for different scenarios, making that concept broader. Um, that's what variables are. Variables are names in any programming language. Thank you.